Hi, Star Goddess. Okay, so I missed Conspiracy Monday, so I'm doing it on Tuesday. Someone requested me to do a video on why magic is said to stay away from in the church and basically in society as a whole. Why do people teach against practicing magic or using magic to solve your problems or learning magic? This is kind of like, on one side you have people pushing magic, on the other side you have people saying magic is evil. So there's two agendas, you know. You'll see Disney and you'll see all the movies like Harry Potter, you'll see Universal Studios, you'll see Disney Channel that has all these I know Harry Potter's not Disney, but you'll see Disney Channel with all these shows about magic and people learning magic, cartoons. And so I think as a society, we are being led to embrace magic more so than ever. And I believe that the church and some forms of, religion preach against magic because it puts them out of business. Because religion to me is a form of control and also a business. So if you no longer need to attend church, you no longer have to pay tithes, you no longer have to, ask for forgiveness for something that you've done because that belief's kind of out of the door, and then your guilt can't play on your conscience, which will basically not give you any reason for, attending church or having a religion at all. So unless your religion embraces magic, there's religions out there that use magic, and that's kind of like, where you're in the middle, and you can still have a religion, but your religion is practicing magic. Like voodoo, Santeria, many of those religions kind of use both. So, and even in the Christian church or the Catholic church, they won't even accept some of the folk saints that, the people that practice magic have started to pray to. So this is even a form of rebellion against the church when folk saints are introduced into the Santeria religion. The Catholic Church says, no, these are not saints. We don't acknowledge them. So that kind of, branches off a whole new system. Eventually, there's going to become a whole new system, probably. And they're not going to care what the church says. You know what I mean? So religion and magic are kind of breaking up into their own separate things. And to believe in magic and not to feel guilt or mercy by, someone like a deity takes away a lot of the control. So they don't want people, the people in the church don't want people turning to magic, because think about it. If you're into magic, you no longer need them. You can do whatever you need to do on your own. In the Bible, they said, oh, Jesus was the Son of God. That's why he could do miracles. Oh, Moses was special. That's why he could do this and that. But the thing that they had in common is they studied at the ancient mystery schools, which they learned alchemy and they learned magic. And if you do believe in these characters or figures, some do, some don't. I'm just saying it for the sake of, magic is practiced in religion in the Bible, but they don't want you practicing it, because then what will you do? You won't need them anymore. So a lot of people will say, okay, well, I'm scared. What if I do a spell and it comes back on me? Well, if you're going to practice magic, you can't be afraid, and you have to learn all you need to know about the type of magic you're practicing. If you're in the system of magic that does have karma, then you have to abide by that system. If you're in a system of magic, if you're doing in a system of magic that you're not supposed to do selfish magic or bad magic, you shouldn't do it. So it all depends on where you're at, what you're doing at the time. magically what you believe, what your morals are, blah, 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 blah. It's up to you. I will never tell anybody to abandon your morals or stray. I'm saying that there's a time for everything, you know. If you're always wondering why, you know, you're made to feel guilty when you practice magic, like say you grew up in the church and you attempt to do a spell with a candle and all of a sudden this guilt rushes over you like you're sinning. That is the control that religion has over you, to keep you from your own power. Okay. The conspiracy is if we all tapped into our own power, there would be no stopping, you know, the people from getting what they want. You know, the end of poverty, the knowledge, new technologies could be found and invented just by, you know, tapping into other realms and other dimensions and other forms of consciousness, you know. So they don't want that. They want to have a control of that, because if everybody walking the street could do what they did, then imagine there would be no more elitism. You know, everybody would be like, oh yeah, I bought my Ferrari yesterday. Yeah, I've been working on that manifestation for a while, and guess what? I got it. You know, and there would be no need for service workers. Like, you know, oh, I'm not going to work at fast food anymore. I have everything that I want because I learned magic, you know, and I got what I needed, and I don't need to work doing that anymore. So then technology would have to suddenly advance to a place where human jobs that, you know, are service oriented can be done by a robot. Like if you go to Japan, a lot of their like simple jobs now are done by robots or machines. And I think that's where the future is heading, because so many people, you know, if they're not evolving, you know, they put this magic out there, they teach you law of attraction, they're putting it in your face, but if you're running away from it, eventually you're not going to evolve into the human being that you're supposed to evolve to with self-knowledge. You know, you're still going to be depending on something to save you and waiting on someone to save you when society and technology is moving into the future. You're still going to be stuck in the past. So the conspiracy is who's going to get left behind and who's going to evolve. You know, they say only the strong survive. Well, the strong also means mentally strong as well. You know, it's not about physical, it's about the mental. They say knowledge is power, and the way to get money is through knowledge. The way to get power is through knowledge and money. Okay, so you're going to have to understand why the government, the church does not want people doing magic. You know, even though there's magical symbols all around the church and government buildings, they use the magic. They have the magic. They don't want you to have it, because guess what? Magic in certain hands and certain people is very powerful, especially as a collective. Okay, so that's why they don't want it everywhere, and that's why they make you fear it, and that's why they tell you to stay away from it, because they're using it on you. And if they can't use it on you anymore, if you know how to protect yourself, if you know even more magic, if you figure out the ancient mystery school secrets and you know how to do this, and that, then they can no longer control you, and you then become the controller of your own destiny and your own life, and you no longer buy into their system. You know, like a lot of people were upset when Donald Trump won the presidency or whatever, for whatever reason. That does not affect certain people because they know magic. Their magic will keep them abundant in all forms of, you know, whoever's leader or whatever. It will protect them. It will keep them safe. It doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter this. It doesn't matter that. They are safe because they control their own destiny. They don't look for a savior. They don't look for someone to help them. They are the creators. They are the cause to their effects. Okay. So if you look at all the little monuments and statues and stuff around the United States, if you've watched the Da Vinci Code, angels and demons, blah, 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 you understand, okay? These codes, these sigils, these symbols, they all have power. And if you don't know what they are, you fear them. If you do know what they are, you can work with them as well, because most of those symbols and forms of magic that, you know, the elite and the government use were not originally their magic. So imagine if that magic was put into the hands that invented it, you know, the DNA that it came from originally, they would be stronger with it, you know. But you have to learn, you have to understand that they keep it from you, so you can never be fully as powerful as them, okay? Now, there's the evil side of it, okay? And then when I say evil, I mean the side of it where the morals you don't agree with, okay? Because evil can, there's a gray line, you know. If you agree with this but not that, is it evil or is it okay? You know, some people believe in animal sacrifice but don't believe in human sacrifice. Where do you draw the line? Life is life, right? Some people believe in, you know, shedding their blood in magic. Some people don't. They will use something else. It's up to you what you see is evil or not. But the mentalism and the symbolism is what makes the magic work. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's what it means to you and how you feel, how you're vibrating at the time of whatever you're doing. You know, if something gets you to vibrate at a certain level and you just have to do it as part of the ritual, then that's what it takes. You know, they say a lot of these entities or spirits or, you know, things that we use in magic need certain energies, you know. So it is what it is. I'm not saying go out and do it. I'm not saying don't go out and do it. I'm just saying what they do already, okay? Back in the old ancient days, when you would see legends and carvings and things on the wall that would speak of sacrifice and this and that, and it's no big deal. It was a long time ago. It was no big deal. But just as it is now, it was then. You know what I'm saying? We have evolved and we have laws and things in place that say this is good and this is bad. And, you know, they did too back in those days, but they allowed exceptions. And what I'm saying is there was exceptions to the rule. And then as those exceptions became looked at as evil, it started going into secrecy. Do you understand? The government, the religion started saying, okay, we can't give other people our knowledge or this power. They look at us like they're next, you know, they can't see us as the bad guys. So we're going to have to disguise it, keep it for ourselves, and give them something else to fulfill them a little bit. Not all the way, but just enough to, you know, give them something, you know, give them some type of spirituality, but we'll maintain the real power, okay? So this is what happened as they tried to convert pagans into Christians or Muslims or whatever they were converting them, whichever religion they were converting them to. They left a little bit of the truth in there, but they took away all the magic. And they give you just a little bit, and they give you some metaphors. And if you're smart enough to figure it out, you know, good for you. You know, most people were left, you know, without the knowledge. So the conspiracy is, if you can learn it, if you can get it, if you understand and you know what's going on, good for you. You're not going to be a victim. You're not going to be controlled. You'll have your paradise on earth as well. But those of you who don't, you know, good luck. Hope you know someone who can help you, and, you know, only the strong survive. That's basically how it is. The world is a very selfish place, okay? I don't care what you claim to be, how good you claim to be. You're not going to give your all to someone who needs it. You're not going to sacrifice all of your money and hard work to someone who needs it. I saw this video, and this guy said if everyone stopped buying gifts for one day, 1 year, for 1 year, the world would not be in poverty. But no one's going to do that, because we're here to experience the earth. We're here to experience material. We're here to experience life, okay? And we can go into a whole nother video about why there's suffering and why there's lack and whatever. But I'm sticking to magic and why it's a conspiracy. Because if there were a solution that didn't involve sacrificing or giving up something, but creating something more for everyone, yes, world hunger could end, and people would figure that out through technology. You know, through technology, world hunger would end, poverty would end. But if they did that, there would be no more elite, there would be no more power, there would be no more control, there would be no more difference, and then we would all be the same. And what would be the point of existing? You know what I mean? So they keep the world in duality on purpose, because that is the human experience. You can never have peace on earth and no poverty. Otherwise, what would be the experience if you can't suffer, if you can't learn, if there's nothing to grow into, if there's nothing to obtain, if there's nothing to feel? You know what I'm saying? So the earth always has to be in duality. That is what the earth is. And magic is what keeps everything in that balance. Okay? If you know how to use this energy, like magic, dark energy, dark matter, whatever you want to call it, to benefit yourself, that's fine. You know, a lot of people will say, oh, there's a balance. The earth is the balance because it's duality. Okay, so I will see y'all on the next video, and Happy New Year. Bye.